Good night, everybody. Friday, July the 20th, 2018, and this is the twice weekly Stunthangar Control Line Forums video hangout. And glad to have you with us tonight. And we got the World Championships wrapping up. Monday night when we talked, the Nats had just finished up, and we got some reports on that. And so hopefully tonight we can talk a little about the Worlds. The information is more scarce, harder to run down and interpret than it is to get the stuff that happens right here in our own country. But we'll do the best we can and see what we can talk about. But right now the YouTube chat box is open, and the links are posted in the usual places. If you subscribe to the Stunthangar Control Line Forums, or rather the Stunthangar YouTube channel, then you may have gotten a notification that the show was on. And the forum has the links in the live streams at the bench thread. And if you are logged into the Stunthangar Control Line Forums, you can see that thread. If you're not logged in, then you have to be a member, log in, and the link to get in here live with us is there as usual. And right now we got 5 people that are already in the YouTube side watching us, so feel free to post in the chat box, and we can talk and until I get some video customers, and so hopefully they'll start showing up soon. It's been kind of slow. Summer usually is because people are off doing their own things, doing the stuff we talk about. While we're sitting here talking about it, they're out there doing it. So that helps feed the party. Tell us about your flying or your racing or your boats, trains, planes, and automobiles, whatever it is you like to work on, or whatever it is you like to do in your workshop. We're here to talk about it, as long as it's not politics and bad health, then we're good. And as far as your bad health goes, I usually allow about 10 minutes for the geezer gripe session. We all got that stuff, so it's not a contest, and we try to cut it short and keep it thin. In the chat box is the $sign at the bottom called Super Chat, and if you'd like to donate us a little money to pay the server fees, keep the show on the air, and keep the show free and the forums up and running, then that's what that's for. If you are inclined to give us a little bit, we appreciate that. If you're not, then that's fine too. Or if you can't, if you can't, you can't. So we understand. And I think actually thumbs up help our monetization too. So if you give us some of those, we appreciate that. So it keeps bouncing between 4, 5, and 6 viewers. So I guess people are dropping in to see what we look like or what we are. And I'm ready to talk until about midnight. Usually if we got a good crowd, especially on Fridays, I'll keep it on going until 12:30 Eastern time. Sometimes we've gone as late as 1 o'clock. Usually cut it off a little earlier than that, but depends on how good the conversation is. And Ron Hass, once again, my first visitor on the video side. How you doing, Mr. Hass?
Doing great. How you doing tonight?
I'm good. You're the first visitor of all. Hadn't even had anybody comment on YouTube yet, but
I just want to make sure you get somebody to yak with.
Yeah, good. Thanks. I appreciate that. And
I know how hard it is to try and have a conversation with yourself.
Yeah, it is, especially if you know there's a few people watching you, and you don't know who they are, but if you say something stupid, they'll all know it.
Wait, somebody's watching me? I don't know about this.
No, nobody's watching you. Actually, when you make noise, your face pops up, but when you're the only one in here, you don't have a thumbnail at the bottom of the screen. That's only after more than one person shows up to chat with me.
Gotcha.
I don't know why that is, but just thought I'd throw that in because I knew you probably didn't know it.
How was your week?
Well, my week was okay. It went pretty fast. you know, I've made this comment before. On Monday, it seems such a long way till Friday, but when Friday rushes up, it's like it just happened all over again. And I don't know whether to be happy it's always Friday or sad that time's passing so fast. You know, so whatever, I'll take it.
Yeah,
Uh,
we've had rain all week. It's been not heavy, occasional bad downpour, but mostly just light drizzle
yeah,
all week
we
long.
had some rain early today that came up from your area, and now I believe we've got some coming in from the Ohio Valley area, and I don't know if it's come and gone or still due to arrive tomorrow. I hadn't looked at the weather since 4 o'clock this morning, so not sure. But we did get a little bit of rain today, but then the sun came out, and then it started drizzling again. So I don't know exactly where it's coming from. I'm
Same
just
thing here.
we're not get we do have a couple of tornado alleys around here, so I hope we don't get what they've had in some parts of the country. I was looking at not YouTube, but the Weather Channel's videos earlier today and saw some horrible tornadoes just ripping houses out of the ground. And I know some people lost their lives out there. And I hope you know I hope the best for everybody. But that it's just Mother Nature, you know.
Yeah, between that and the duck boat that sank, wow, I'll tell you, it was a rough week.
Was that duck boat a former military amphibious vehicle, or was it designed as a tourist
It's
boat?
designed as a tourist. There's a company, I think, over in St. Pete that builds some of them, but you know, the World War II ones are long gone. These are purpose built.
I remember as a kid when we'd be at the beach, and it was before Myrtle Beach was developed into what resembles a fair now. But and I'm talking like when I was 3 years old. But we used to see duck boats come rolling up out of the ocean and up the beach and off to somewhere, or the other way going out into the ocean. I always thought that was really cool as a
Yeah,
child to see that.
very much so. That is neat. I think one of my biggest thrills was when I was a kid. I was still living up in Detroit, and of course, you got the Great Lakes and Detroit River up there. We had a guy that had a World War II PT boat. He
Oh,
converted it, and he would take, I was in scouting at the time, and he would take a bunch of us scouts for trips up and down Detroit River. That was a thrill.
a
Every
PT
once in a
boat was a
while, he'd
pretty
open it up.
that was a pretty badass boat too. It was meant to run fast and carry heavy loads, heavy weapons anyway.
Yep. Every once in a while, he'd open it up, and I'll tell you, it moved.
It had a big inboard engine, but I don't remember if it had a big twin V8s or a
I
big
think there's a pair of Packards that were in there.
really a pair of them.
Yeah, Packard V12s.
Yeah. Now the P-51 Mustang had a Packard built Rolls-Royce engine
Same
in
engine.
it. Yeah. Now that's what replaced the Allison engine in the early P-51s. Is that right?
Yep, it was a lot better engine, a lot
They
more
got
power to it.
yeah the early ones I believe were anemic when they got up to a certain altitude and couldn't fly at a really high enough ceiling to be a good guard for the bombers.
Yeah, when they put that engine in the Mustang, they had a real winner.
Yeah, they did. Did they retrofit this the P-51Bs and Cs with that, or did they leave them and just put the new engine in the Ds?
I think the older versions ended up as trainers, and they made a change on the manufacturing line.
Yeah.
Gets to be too messy trying to re-engine something that's, you know, in service.
Yeah, I guess that's probably true. Jack Snavely's with us. Been listening and sanding on the sealer on balsa. Always like this show. Thanks, Jack. We appreciate you visiting with us. So Jack's out in his shop doing something productive tonight. Glad to hear that.
Yeah, my shop has finally come down a few degrees, but I'm still not ready to go out there and start sanding. I got a couple wings and fuselages need to be finished off.
Yeah, as usual. I'm looking forward to getting out to my shop. And I'm hoping this weekend I should be able to get some time to get out there. And also, speaking of the shop, strangely enough, coincidentally, the bathroom job coincides with that. I'm going to have a new glass top for my table once we replace our shower. And so we're getting a new, ripping the bathtub out, getting a new big shower, and so I'm going to have a pair of glass doors on my hands, um, and they look just like Wendy's doors. If you've ever watched Wendy's videos, he's got those that glass on his table with the vertical stripes down it,
Yep.
and mine look just like his. So I'll have a set of Wendy glass on my table. That'll be pretty cool. Right
Okay,
now, I've
you're a
got
step ahead of me. I've
right.
got a tabletop, a glass tabletop,
Yeah.
3/8 thick, but it's 3.5 by 3.5 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have a nice long piece. You got
Right.
a square piece.
I've got a heavy right now. I've got a heavy piece of glass. It's about 3/8, I think, and it was made to be a top of a TV table. So it's shaped like the old tube TV, and it's 48 inches wide, and I don't know how many inches deep, but about bigger than I can put on screen deep. But it's got that D shape to it, so it's odd shaped, and the longest part is only about 8 inches, of the front of it. So I can get a wing on there, but the tips hang off the edge, and that's no good. I'd like to get a whole wing and more on there, and so I'm going to have that to put on my table pretty soon. And with two doors, I can cover most of the table. It's a 8 foot by 4 foot table, and it's 3/4 inch marine plywood, and so it's a pretty sturdy table. I built it back in 1980 to work on my hot rod with, and put engine parts and beat on stuff. So it's a good heavy duty table. It's a little bowed. It's a little bowed, so I still got to shim under the glass to make sure it doesn't sag. But I think the shower.
Sparky's trying to get in here.
Yeah, I see. I guess the shower doors must be 5/16 or something like that. I hadn't measured them, but just in my memory, I'm looking at them and think maybe 5/16 inch thick glass. That ought to be good enough. If it's good enough for Wendy, it's good enough for me.
And it's tempered, so it's not going to break on you.
Yeah. I guess tempering takes some of the flexibility out of it. I'm not sure, but I'll have to find the dip in the table and make sure I've got it filled in with cardboard or something, and keep it from sagging. What I usually do is after I think it's all shimmed up and right, I'll take my 48-inch machinist ruler and lay it down and take the corner of a piece of a notepad and just go along the bottom, tick, 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 and see if I can slide a corner underneath the ruler. And if it won't go under the ruler all the way down, then it's time to start building. Hey, Sparky.
Hey, Sparky.
Hey, what's up? I was wondering when you were going to come up for air.
When I get talking, Ron comes in while I'm doing my introduction, and I'm prepared to keep talking in case nobody shows up. So it takes me a little while to blow all that wind out.
And you do a good job of it.
I'll shut up now and let you talk, Sparky. What you got to say for us?
Oh, nothing. I just, I figured out what's wrong with my camera. I need another 30-foot extension cord or something wrong with that USB cord. That's why I couldn't get the camera to come on.
Oh, okay. Now, is that the one you were talking about getting rid of?
No, this is my webcam.
Okay. Oh, okay. Good.
I have a 30-foot extension on the webcam so I can take it around the shop or whatever and show you what I'm doing live. I use it in St. Louis, but it's screwed up. When I plug it in, it doesn't register the camera. So anyway, I found out who was thumbs down on us. I'm not going to dox them here, but I've doxed them off of Stunthangar and banned them off the channel. So
okay. Now, was it? I hope it wasn't one of our forum regular good contributors that was just getting his bad out in private.
no. Did you like the post that they were saying how bad my, reporting was on the Nats? Remember, this is a live stream unedited, and I put in there, just wait for Wendy's video to come out on the 2018 Nats.
Yeah.
We're saying how good the Wendy videos are. Yeah, wait for the 2018 Nats on Wendy videos.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm glad you do them for good or bad. I think a lot more people like them and understand how hard, or at least understand that it's hard to do than not. And you got a few bad guys out there that just like to be negative. So that'll always be. They ain't gonna go away ever.
Well, I have 2 or 3 gig of videos that I need to edit, but I just don't have much of an ambition when I get them shitty remarks.
Well, the rest of us, are enjoying it. So try to think about that, and don't worry about the people that got something nasty to say. They just doing that to make themselves feel better or something. I don't know why.
Yeah, take a look.
They're in the minority. Minnesota Mike's with us. Hey, Minnesota Mike. He wants to know, how did your combat planes fly?
They're for sale.
You didn't like how they flew, or did you not fly them at all?
Oh, I flew one, and here's the one I flew. The engine's out of it, and you'll notice that it's got fast cal on the top here, and the boom has been repaired. I stuck it straight into the ground. You can't change your mind at 100 miles an hour.
No. How much airtime did you get out of it before you bit the dust?
2 flights. 2 flights. One Mike Wonky flew and one I flew, and that's it.
Did Mike seem to think it was flying like it was supposed to?
I don't know. It wasn't as fast as a Nelson, he said, but it's plenty fast.
Yeah.
What's that checkerboard wing next to you?
That's another Voodoo. Yeah, I got all them combat motors now, and I'm going to sell them.
I'm pretty sure I've never flown anything that was moving 100 miles an hour. It feels like some of my half A's are, but I know they're not.
Well, these seriously haul ass.
And Ricker Vine, don't know Ricker Vine, but he comments that some people just don't like life. Yeah, like I say sometimes, some people aren't happy unless they're mad. Welcome, Ricker Vine. Hope you enjoy hanging out with us.
You want to come in, all you have to do is be a member of Stunthangar, go to the At the Bench thread, click on the link.
That's it. I put that into my opening announcement, but I'm not sure anybody ever actually sees that. Maybe people that watch the reruns do.
You're not logged into Stunthangar and don't get approved, it's because you're not following the directions. It's first name, space, last name. Otherwise, you don't get through. Let's see how many I got. There's 174 I've got to look at here.
Mercy.
We're getting close to the 100,000 mark of people who have tried to register.
It's a pretty good sized group.
Yeah, but they're all bots and people that won't follow the directions. Just for me.
Have you got an estimate of how many regulars like me and all the guys that come on every day and post about airplanes and flying? How many of us there are?
Yeah, anybody can look in the forum stats at the bottom. I can tell you how many posts are made and everything. How many members?
It does say how many people have signed on in the past so many 24 hours, I guess.
Yeah, if you click on advanced or expand that, you can see where they are, and at the particular time you're clicking on it, you can see the latest posts and all that shit.
Yeah.
Well, that's one page. That's 2 pages of fictitious names I've rejected now. And 2 more left. Let's see here. You know, people, they try to get on here. Payday loan. Yeah, sure. Oh, there's one. Mike Ross. There we go. We got Mike Ross. If you're watching, you'll be approved here before the session's over here.
My message on my telephone.
He's got 3 names. Instant Online Loans.
Online's his middle name.
Yeah, I wonder if that could be spam.
I wonder.
Lucy_Leahawks. My thorisdatara@gmail.com. I don't know. Free live sex chat. There's another one. Got 4 names on that one.
They just keep trying, don't they?
Well, they're not trying very hard if they're posting names like that. They just carpet bomb forums with their names and whatever ones they get on. They, you know.
Hey, here's one here with 2 names. Cam Sluts. And the email is bugsbeam@rainmail.win. Not happening. Oh, there's Steve Millett. So we'll get him in there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've seen him posting.
Approve and send email for those guys. Okay.
Pretty good.
Go back to the rejects. And reject. So we got 2 out of 174 that passed. Okay, that's that part. Anyway, I see you got your shirt.
This is I still hadn't seen Bob. This is not the newest one. This is what is it, 2017, last spring or last year sometime.
I don't remember which one I sent, what color it was. I think it's green.
I don't know. But we're having a meeting next Saturday. I'm going to try to talk Bob into coming up there and bringing my stuff because I want to get it from him. I'm ready for it. Because he's got the monocoat and T-shirts and want my stuff.
Yeah.
I need to hook up with him.
Well, that's cool. I hope you can use it.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure I can. I said, well, judging from the color I saw on your Voodoo, it looked exactly like what I want. I know you can't tell exactly on the computer, but I'm sure it'll do.
That pretty... what the hell? Junar. Uh-oh. Who's that going? There it is. That Bruce, somebody or other, that pretty Juno.
Bruce Jennings, the Juno?
Yeah, Juno, it crashed.
Oh, no. That was a beautiful, I thought that was the prettiest plane in your whole video. But I see Bruce's planes in real life, and they're always eye catchers. I love the way he builds those, and shows off the architecture of the wing, transparent. That's what I wanted, that monocoat you had, because I think it's kind of transparent, and I want to.
It's not kind of transparent. It's very transparent.
Yeah. Okay. Well, very transparent means I'm gonna have to do a very pretty job of building. So that's what I want to do. I got my new shower door glass for my table, so I'll be all set up just like Wendy and his shower doors. Mine look just like his.
The other night, I couldn't sleep. I got up, cut off the bottom of my airplane and remolded the bottom and cut the cowl up, and I have to make a new cowl. I'll do that tomorrow. I'm going to try to get it to where I can frame it up next. I'm going to go back to St. Louis next weekend. I'm going to try to silk span the wing, put it together, and bring it back in one piece in a week. If I don't know how many honeydews I got to do.
I got a text message from Steve Hines earlier today, and I think they're still in France. They stuck around evidently to watch the fly-offs, and said he and Samantha are doing good. I think they're having a great time, and hopefully they'll come back and give us a good report next week.
Well, I seen him smoking cigarettes by the fence, wearing a yellow shirt, smoking cigarettes.
Oh, really?
Did you see the live cams?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, there was live cams there. I saw him as he was doing it.
Oh crap! I didn't know there was live cam. I looked, you know, for any information I could find, but all I could find was those PDFs and you know, aerial picture of the fly-in site. But I never did find any live feeds. That sucks. Wish I'd known about it. I was hoping somebody would post a link to it on Stunthangar, but if they did, I missed it. That's what I liked about Australia. You know, they posted the scores in real time, and the scores were just a clusterfuck in France. They had trouble getting the computer program to work right or something, but I guess they finally got it figured out.
Who won the thing? Because he wasn't the original winner, was he?
It was a Chinese guy that won it. No, it wasn't the original guy, but the Chinese won, and the Japanese team got the team first place award, and then Igor came in second, and then I don't remember who came in third. But I think didn't Chris get fourth, or Orestes get fourth place?
No. I think he was around fifth or sixth.
Chris got seventh, I think, or one of us got seventh.
Seventh or eighth.
Okay.
Here. Open forum. FAI World Championships 2. Paul Walker posted it.
My Norton Internet Security just blocked an attack. GPON routers command injection. CVE 2018.
What's that?
As some kind of a virus my Norton just caught and killed.
Huh. Yang Qing first. Valera, Italy second. Igor, Slovakia third. Nagomi, Japan fourth. Hernandez fifth. Hiki sixth. Red seventh. Yeah, you're right.
Okay. All right.
Japan team first, China second, and France third. They're all whining that we didn't take, you know, that the team didn't do better, but I think they did great. I mean, that's.
I mean, there was almost 90 people to beat, and you know, it's like the Olympics. You might be a big fish on your own stage, but man, in the whole world, there's a lot of really good people out there. So you can't win every one of them. We've done well historically. Just do back to back, I guess, you know, that's hard to do.
Yeah. I saw one post on there that, you know, them guys invested a year's worth of time. First, they go to the team trials and they qualify for the team. Then they spend time building an airplane. practicing, then they fly over there and they're under 2 weeks extreme pressure. They did great. I mean,
Yeah. I guess they buy all their fuel over there, don't they? Because you can't travel with fuel, I suppose.
I wouldn't imagine.
No. Well, I'm looking forward to Steve coming back and telling us about it. Before you came on, I was telling Ron, he texted me earlier today, and they're still over there. So they stayed and watched the fly-offs and having a good time. So that's good. That was, you know, once in a lifetime opportunity for Samantha. I'm glad she was able to do as well as she did. She was mid-pack in the juniors and 63rd out of 80 something pilots, and like I said, mid-pack in the juniors. So I wouldn't call that a bad effort. And that was without flying one round for whatever reason, I don't know. So that was only 3 rounds of flying, and she was still, you know, 63rd out of 80 something.
She did good.
Yeah. Minnesota Mike and Rick Irvine are over on YouTube gabbing back and forth. We got, looks like we got 7 viewers over on the tube side. Appreciate you guys being over there. Jack Snavely's over there. That's one of our newest, well, Rick Irvine, I guess, is new tonight. Jack's been on for the past couple of weeks. So glad to have some new people coming in now and then. Ron, you working on anything? You had a RC project going on a little bit, didn't you?
Oh, I've got 2 or 3 of those going on all the time. Actually, I'm just finishing up 2 of them and waiting for some decent weather so I can get out there and test fly them.
Are you a member of a club?
Oh yeah, Joke Creek RC.
Okay.
I've been at, you know, clubs all my life, starting in high school, high school control line club.
Yeah, clubs are relatively new to me. I remember I had only flown by myself all my life, and then when I started joining clubs, I had to learn control line protocol. Watch out for other people's lines was the first lesson.
Don't step on them.
No, don't. And so I unloaded my stuff at my first ever contest when I was going to fly beginner, and I was walking around with my shoestring and my flight box, and there's a bunch of guys sitting around. I was walking in front of them saying, "Where's a good place to park this?" And somebody spoke up and said, "Not right there. You're about to walk on our lines." And I stopped and had almost stepped on Gene Martin's lines. And I said, "Oh, boy, how long did it take Rusty to do something stupid at his first contest?" But I figured it all out pretty quick, and it became big fun. But yeah, now I, you know, got 2 clubs here in Columbia and 1 in Huntersville. So met a lot of great people.
We're
Yeah,
coming
we have
up.
our Saturday after flying sessions, which are just like getting together with all you guys.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch what you said.
No, I said we have our after flying Saturday sessions.
Yeah.
Just like getting together with you guys.
Oh yeah. Yeah, just sitting around talking about how good you fly, or how bad somebody else flies.
Yeah.
Or safety problems. That's a common topic at one of our clubs in Columbia. Is we got some guys that insist on flying RC planes that are bigger than their skill set and losing them across the fence. And we got an old copper recycling facility across the fence from us, and it's a good ways away from the box they're supposed to fly in, but sooner or later somebody flies over the fence and loses one. And one guy flew a jet over there, or it was a big plane. It was one of those big warbirds, not a jet, but he crashed it over there and lit that gasoline on fire and started a huge fire over on the old copper recycling facility, and security had to come running out with fire extinguishers and put it out. And so that's not good. I think we've lost a few in the neighbors' trees too. So hope we don't get run out of there for that kind of carrying on. Control line doesn't have that kind of problem. We don't have too many flyaways. It could happen, but
it sure does in combat. It does.
Mm-hmm. I've had a flyaway. One time I was test flying my little jumping bean after I had glued the nose back on, and I was using one of those old green Cox handles with the swirly dark green and marbling mixed in with it. They used to come with the models, and it must have been cracked on one side already, because all of a sudden I realized I'm holding nothing but the back half of the handle, and the part with the lines on it was flying away. And following my little jumping bean, and it turned in and came straight down. I was flying over grass, but I got a concrete runway that's a sidewalk, and of course it found the concrete and came straight down on the nose, blammo. And it didn't break my new nose job off, so I guess that was the ultimate test for that, the tenderness test.
Sometimes the best thing you can do is come straight in instead of at an angle.
Yeah. Well, my little neighbor, 8-year-old girl, wanted me to build her a plane, and she wanted a plane that looked like a kitty cat, and so I built her one of those platter planes, a half-A platter plane, and it had paws and tail and whiskers and those eyes you can get in the craft section at Walmart that have the little pupils that move around in them.
Yeah.
I was trying to hand the handle off to her, and I said, "You got it?" And she said, "Got it," and I let go. But she ain't got it. That plane just went flying away and almost flew over my house across the street. We were in the churchyard, but the maple tree reached out and caught the handle and dumped it in the front yard of my house. Didn't hurt anything but the propeller. That's my only other ever flyaway incident. That was before I was a member of the AMA, probably.
That goes way back too.
My lanyard has saved a couple of my planes. Not completely, but they saved them from getting more than 70 feet away.
I'm just used to J. Roberts' 3-line handles.
To seeing what?
3-line handle.
Oh.
Navy carrier. What can I tell you?
Yeah. Now, I've never flown with a 3-line handle to work a throttle or anything like that.
Can't do many loops.
No, not a good idea. But they do go, if you got a good engine, they go like hell.
We got a couple of new arrivals over on the tube. We got Federico Prolong speaks. Hi, my friends. I'm here to listen to your explanation and working too. A lot of people listen at work. And Bob Bishop, believe he listens while he's at work too. He says, "Hi all, bye all, just passing through. See you later." Okay, Bob, probably already gone, but we'll see you later, I hope. He, I think he's an IT guy, works on computers, so he sits and watches us waiting for somebody's computer to break and runs off to fix it, plug it in, or whatever it needs.
I think I'm going to try to do a fundraiser to get that other camera that I need. You know, I didn't take many pictures with the Osmo because it's just too damn hard to use. I don't know. It might be good for some things, but I'm going to try to buy a Sony A10 or A15, AX15 professional video camera.
I don't know much about cameras, but what's so hard to work about the Osmo?
Try it. It doesn't go where you point it.
Oh, well, yeah, that would be a problem.
it's a gimbal. It's a steady cam. I mean, you can do some pretty amazing walking, you know.
Yeah, but if
thing.
you want to swing it around and point it at something, it keeps trying to correct for what you're doing. Is that part of it?
It just goes haywire.
Not built for what you're trying to do with it.
Now, I thought it looked cool when them kids were doing it, but all right, no threats found. Performance browser data.
Sounds like most things, Sparky. You got to get a 12-year-old kid to do it.
Yep.
I hadn't gotten any more messages from Norton. I hope that wasn't somebody trying to shoot us down. But I've been impressed with Norton the past few years. It's kept me completely clean here.
That's what I use. Same thing. You know, I get the messages where it's blocked an attack every once in a while, but nothing gets through, and that's the main thing.
Norton got such a bad reputation for years because it used more. It required more resources than the average home user's computer had, and so it bogged everybody. And now that desktop computers are getting more and more powerful than Norton, it's right in Norton's wheelhouse, so they can handle it. They got plenty of memory now, plenty of resources to keep Norton running in the background.
And they're promoting LifeLock a lot too. That's added a bunch of customers to them, I'm sure.
Yeah. I run Virtual Shield. It's a virtual network. Right now, I'm out of Dallas. A VPN, virtual private network.
Yeah, so you are in kind of a sandbox within your operating system where if it crashes, it doesn't actually affect the kernel of the operating system. Does that sound right?
No, what it is when I turn this thing on, VPN on, it connects to the computer in Dallas, and from Dallas it's transferring to YouTube here. Or
like a virtual proxy network.
Right. If I want to be in Chicago, I can change it to Chicago. You can't tell where I'm at.
Yeah.
So that makes it hard for the hackers to get you.
Yeah. Okay. I thought you were talking about like a virtual machine, but that's an internal program in your machine that keeps it isolated from the core of the operating system, which is kind of over my head.
Plus, I get a firewall on this. There's a firewall on our server, and it's a pain in the ass. But I think I'm gonna start a campaign to raise $1,500 for that other camera. I can't keep buying all this stuff by myself.
How bad of a loss would it be to try to sell the Osmo?
Well, I probably got 1,000 in it now. I'll probably get 400 for it.
Yeah, that's a loss.
Big hit.
Yeah. So I think I'll just keep it and use it, and I'll try to incorporate it. But now that I've done more research on what exactly I need a professional. I'll pull it up and I'll share the screen with you. Let's see what it is.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, one of these days you might find out you've got a use for it, and then you'll be glad you got it, I guess.
All right. Let's see. It's on my list.
I got a garage full of those things that I'll have a use for someday.
Yeah. This is the XA11, but we really need the 15. Let's see where that is. Well, let's see if we can share this screen. I'll put it over here. And come over here and share the screen. Screen share. Share.
Oh, let's see. Oh, there we go. Oh, Canon.
Yeah.
I used to work on Canon copiers, color copiers.
You see the thing on top there that holds a mic?
Yep.
And this here is the audio. It's got 2 XLR inputs. And see if we can get another picture here. But this is the 11. I'd really rather have the 15 because it has, you know, if you buy the cheaper one, this one here is $1,200. If you buy the cheaper one, you'll go, what? Shit, for $300 more, I could have got the good one.
That's a nice looking piece of equipment.
Yeah. There we go. There we go. Anyway.
Looks like a good setup.
Yeah, I like taking the movies, even though I get flack for it. But you got to have good equipment. I've been taking it off a little handy cam, Sony, about that big. Not the audio is terrible. The quality of the video is not very good. Then the live streaming was done off my cell phone.
Man, we need some visitors in here to liven the party up. Sometimes it takes a while to develop on Friday nights.
Yeah, usually about 10:30, which is about now, is when they start coming in.
Yeah. Maybe Gerald will come, Jamie, the usual crowd.
Charles.
Yeah, well, it's early for him yet, so.
When Steve texted me today, it looked like he was still in France. Sounded like he was still in France.
I wonder if he sees Dan Aykroyd.
What about Dan Aykroyd?
We're from France. Remember?
Yeah, speak of Charles.
My
Hey,
brother.
Time, 10:30, and there's Charles.
Here's Charles.
There's Charles.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Charles, we were just wishing for some new life to pop in and join us. Thanks for coming in.
Oh, my pleasure. I'm going to eat in front of you, so if you get hungry, I can just throw you some food or something.
Yeah, just toss me a bone.
Well, while you're eating, I'm going with something to drink.
All right.
Make
What you guys been talking about?
Nothing. BSing.
Well, you know, I was out at the flying field today, and actually had a person there who was really interested in. He was really amazed by the control line aerobatics I was doing, and he's like, "Wow, that's what I want to do." He was flying helicopters and quads at the time, but he's ready to order a plane and get going.
Oh, has he ever flown a toy control line or any kind of control line?
No fixed wing, but he's a pretty good pilot with the helicopter.
Yeah, I'd say you got to be a good pilot to do that.
Yeah.
How old guy was it?
Them RC guys got no clue when they get a hold of the handle, so you better watch them close.
Yeah, I will. I'll somehow help him get his plane set up first before he flies it.
See, them RC guys got 200, 300, 400 feet to make a mistake. You only got 5 feet to make a mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Ain't no 2 mistakes high. Well, did you advise him to get a profile type model or something like that?
Yeah, you know, off the cuff, I just recommended the Brodak P40 ARF.
Yeah.
It's a good flying plane.
Yeah, a lot of people love that. I haven't flown mine enough to appreciate it yet, but yeah, it's a winner.
When is Huntersville, Rusty?
It is in October, and Let's see, I can tell you the dates if I take a quick look here.
Just remind me when we're getting close. That's 3
Okay.
months off, 2 months off.
Yeah, it's October 20 something.
3 months.
Matter of fact, the Golden State Stunt Championships at the same time here in California.
I won't be going to that.
You're missing out, Spark. You should come check it out.
That place is no, too far. Can't go.
Hey, it's like a mini Nats. You know, we have some of the best pilots there, which you probably already saw at the Nats. You know, Paul Walker and Brett Buck and Howard Rush and Jim Armour and Bob Whiteley, and
They all have some really good, well-populated contests.
I can't even tell you the list. The list is huge. You know, former national champions. You know, Dave Fitzgerald comes there as well. There's a lot of depth, and then even the classic is very depth. You know, very, very deep. And then it's like where the flying side is at an airport that's been commissioned but not used. So the asphalt is perfectly smooth, and then because it's an airport, there's no trees anywhere. I mean, it's clean air. I mean, even though it might get windy, it's clean air.
Where's this at?
It's at Madera, at the Madera Municipal Airport in Madera, California.
Where's that close to? North?
North of Fresno.
Way north.
Yeah.
That sounds
North
good.
of Fresno, north of Modesto. But it really is a great contest. And the host hotel is literally minutes from there. I mean, you can walk if you want from the host hotel, and it's a pretty nice hotel. I mean, I just reserved a junior suite for $112 a night. You know, so it's
bad.
I think the regular price
a suite.
And then the other rooms are going for $98. I think there's 3 rooms, and I can't remember the price of all 3, but because my kids are probably going to mostly hang out at the hotel, I'm getting a little bit bigger place for them.
Speaking of California, Kevin just hollered in from the YouTube side. He's just going to listen to us tonight. Kevin Muckelroy.
Hey, Kevin.
Yeah, don't come in here and Muckelroy everything up.
Very good. I like that. I'll have to steal that one.
Works. Oh man, I'm so glad it's Friday.
You and me both.
Yeah. Hey, think of how fast it's going to be before Monday's upon us again, but I'll try to enjoy it while I can. Get out to my shop.
Because they're still predicting rain all weekend.
Where are you at, Ron?
He's in Florida.
Yeah, it's supposed to rain here all weekend.
I don't care if it does rain all weekend. I can still go out in the shop as long as I don't play with any dope. But it doesn't matter if I did get to the point of using dope if it was just clear on the wood that was going to be underneath the finish. Wouldn't matter if it blushed. Is there any reason not to paint in high humidity, Sparky? Not to put clear on?
It don't matter.
Yeah, just for sticking paper down. I mean, that's all. I didn't think it mattered. Well, it would be a miracle if I got that far, but hey, I might as well be ambitious.
Are you still working on your twister?
No, I'm working on a Cardinal.
Okay.
Yeah, the twister's hanging in the shop, ready to fly. I don't know if the fuel tank holds enough fuel or not. I was still trying to figure that out, but the last couple of flights I put on it, it got all the way through the pattern, so I'm thinking it was okay. I would like to have a little more overhead, though. I don't like having to fill the tank up to get it through the pattern. So it'd be nice to have an extra. half ounce or even an extra ounce.
How much nitro are you using?
What's that, Charles?
How much nitro are you using?
10.
Go to 5, you'll have overhead then.
Yeah.
Around 5.
So I hear.
And you don't need 10% on a twister. It doesn't weigh anything.
Yeah, it's got a John Tate modified FP40 on it. It's pretty strong.
You hear my Super Tiger run on my flight?
Yeah. Nice.
Modified my Super Tiger. Enzo Ferrari Super Tiger.
Yeah, that was a fine run.
I was the only Tiger there.
Really?
Yep.
It hadn't been that long since it seemed like everybody had a Tiger. I don't keep up with the upper level guys all the time, but I just remember when I was first on Stunthangar, it seemed like every damn body had a Super Tiger.
They're going away. I got one brand new one in the box.
Oh, really? Good for you.
I thought you seen that.
Yeah, that's out of my league. I'm still flying FPs and LAs, and they are a good match for my skill set and my bank account.
This is the 80s model dish head.
Oh, wow. That's what I want. The dish head. They call that a K motor, right?
I guess.
Yeah, that's highly coveted. The dish head.
Unrun, unmolested, unmounted, everything.
Wow, that is exactly what I would love to have. Wow, that's the deal. That's the ticket.
What size is it?
60.
Yeah, that's the creme de la creme of the Super Tiger 60s. That one.
Guy had this one, this motor, and 2 Tom Lay 60s.
Wow.
I snapped this one up so quick it was. He didn't even get it out. He got out of his car. He didn't even set it on the table. And I
That's
had
right. Smart.
You swooped in like a vulture and snatched it up, huh?
So how much did you get to part with that for that one?
150.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Yeah, they're going. I could sell this on eBay for 250, 300.
Oh yeah. Hey, I've seen I think one of those go for $1,100 on eBay.
Wow.
1,100.
Yeah, brand new like that one. Brand new, $1,100.
The needle valve is still in the package. The extra nuts. You get the goofy.
Yeah, the boat anchor.
Huh?
That's the boat anchor.
Yeah. If you ever need nose weight, you just add this.
Yeah. That is one heavy muffler.
I wonder why they make such a nice engine and cripple it with a hunk of lead like that.
It doesn't. It's got a lot of volume, so it probably acts like a tuned pipe.
Yeah.
Just heavy.
I think they made that muffler for RC and then it tailed over the control line.
Yeah.
Yeah, that explains it too.
This is the control line version. Yep, that engine didn't even sit down on the table. I go, hey, what do you got there?
There's a big smile on your face.
Yeah, what do you got there? It said Super Tiger 60. I said, well, let me see it. And so I looked at it and said, what do you want for it? He said, 150. I said, sold.
I love deals like that.
The box is in perfect shape, just like it came off the shelf in 1980. The other ones that I got are the round head jobs. They run good, but that one supposedly got more power.
What you got for supper tonight, Charles?
Went to Rubio's. Do you guys have that back there?
No, I don't have, not that I know of, no.
Yeah, we do.
Really?
Rubio's fish tacos. Fish tacos, yeah. Very delicious.
With a crunchy, with a soft shell, right? Fried fish, soft shell?
Yeah.
Yeah. I had fried whiting last night. I fried up about 3 big whiting fillets.
I love whiting. That's my favorite fish, I think.
I wonder if y'all have the same. Ours are called southern whiting. I wonder how close they are to the same thing in the Atlantic as they are in the Pacific.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, howdy.
I love saltwater fish. Oh, hey, Kevin is coming in.
Hey, Kevin.
Hey, Kevin.
Hey, how you doing?
We're good.
You're good.
Good. Bringing up Super Tigers, I had to come in on this.
All right.
What's that?
That's a Super Tiger 40.
Oh, it's a 60.
Oh, 60. I can't see it.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's
how
a small case.
That's the round head. That's up about 1974.
Yep.
So is that a decent motor?
Yeah, it's a good motor. Oh, yeah.
I got 3 of them. That's what I'm running in my airplanes right now, the round head 60.
Good, because I paid $100 for it. I'm happy then.
You did good.
Yeah.
That's good.
What kind of glow plugs comes in those from the manufacturer?
Super Tiger.
Do they make their own?
Yeah.
All right.
Run an idle bar plug in it, and there's one propeller that works on that. 13.6 rev up. Put a tongue muffler on it with 10% nitro, 20% castor oil, 20% plots, fuel, Sig Champion fuel on a clunk. I run mine on muffler pressure, and they run absolutely perfect.
I had a whole
Kevin, good luck finding a rev up 13.6.
Yeah, that's what I used to run on my SD46.
Jack commented on YouTube back when I was asking about the weight of that muffler, and he says weight helps fight harmonic vibrations. There's probably truth to that.
Here is the muffler that will go on that engine right here. It's a little tongue muffler.
Oh, very nice. Who's that from? Is that from
Randy Smith makes them, Jim Lee makes it, anybody. It's just a tongue muffler.
The ones I've got came from Eric Rule.
Same thing. They're all.
They're all about the same.
I ended up getting another prop extension for a PA from Jim Lee when I shot that little Jim Lee commercial.
Oh, which reminds me, I need to get the adapter for my aluminum spinner that they were. Who is that? I forget the name of the guy. Is it Dave? Not Dave Brown. I don't remember now. But got aluminum spinner, but they were out of the adapters to screw it onto the shaft. So I got to see if I can find one of those pretty soon here.
Is that a bushing you're talking about, Rusty?
No, it's not a bushing. It is the type of spinner where the hex nut goes through the nose of the spinner and screws on to the front of a nut that is threaded onto the crankshaft.
Right.
What size is the nut that threads the spinner on? 1024?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what size that side is.
If it's a quarter 20
It
or
it
quarter
is
28, you get them from Randy. If it's 1024, you get them from Dave Brown or Harry Higley.
okay. It's a 1/4 inch on the engine side, but on the spinner nut side, it's a smaller thread. So I've got one I can check and see what it is. I've got another one like that.
Yeah, 1024 on one side and a quarter 28 on the other.
Yeah. Those are pretty inexpensive, though. I think I get those aluminum spinners for about $16, and then another few bucks for the adapter nut.
Oh,
I don't know why they don't put the adapter nut in the kit with the spinner.
I know, it's ridiculous. With Dave Brown, you get it all separate.
Yeah, I think it is a
done. You're about $30 in the hole, you know?
Yeah.
well, it's just like the Osmo camera. You get the Osmo camera, but you got to buy the batteries separate, and every piece on it is separate. It's ridiculous. And that's a good tube muffler too.
George Gonzalez from Colombia, South America.
And that's a Big Art copy tube muffler.
Some guy in Texas makes them.
Oh, let me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're really.
That Big Art copy.
Yeah.
That's what's on my airplane.
That looks nice there, Kevin.
Huh?
That looks nice.
Yeah, I got that at VSC.
Be around on a Super Tiger 60.
You know who else makes that? Is Scott Dinger.
Yeah, Dinger makes them.
Scott Dinger makes the lightest muffler.
He from Texas?
Nope, California.
I got some guy in Texas.
The guy who originally did that is Big Art, though. But
Yes, I had some of his when back in the 90s. Man, one on my Super Tiger 46 and on my OS 40. I was looking all over for them.
And that muffler will fit on a Super G21 35, G21 46, or a V6, all interchange.
Right.
But what do I know?
A whole lot.
Probably never
Only 50 years of experience.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out how to plug the battery into this thing.
So funny.
Well, you put it in a box and you send it to 5 North Broadway.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought you was going to be just strictly electric.
I'm keeping that for my Cardinal 40.
Cardinal 40 with a 60 on it?
Yeah, it's Cardinal 40. I got the plans. I already built it. Just got to put the foam wing halves together. And I got the Strega plans from Brodak. It's the exact same size as that thing. I had bought the kit from Wendy back in the 90s.
I'm going to go get a hit of coffee. I'll be right back.
All right.
The 60 sounds like a whole lot of motor for a 40. Cardinal 40.
Oh, it's the same size as a Brodak Strega.
Yeah, it's a thick wing too, so you probably will need that 60 on there.
I mean, I took the foam cores right up to the Strega plans, the exact same size. The fuselage I already have built and done. Put it right up to the plans of the Strega. Exactly the same.
Yeah.
Well, that's Big Jim Greenaway aerodynamics.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to use that foam wing on it or not. I got a Strega kit. I might just use that wing out of it.
Well, if the wood ain't 4 or 5 pound wood, replace all the wood. Usually it's about 7 or 8 pound wood. They come out heavy. I wish kit manufacturers would take more time to hand select the wood like Walter Umlin and Eric Rule do.
Yeah.
They
I
don't.
got an all-American kit from Brodak, and the 1/16 sheeting was so stiff that I really couldn't even use it. I mean, it was ridiculous.
Pine.
Yeah, pretty much.
Plywood. Well, guys, I haven't eaten. I'm going to jump off of here. I got to get something to eat, and then I'm going to go to sleep.
All right. Have you submitted any more videos?
No, but I got probably 24 hours worth to edit up. I just haven't had any ambition to edit them.
I understand that.
All right. See you guys later.
All right.
Later.
See you later.
All right, see you later, Sparky.
Oh,
Now I got to go wipe up where I spilled coffee on the floor.
Oh, man. Yeah, you don't want a Holly kicking your butt. I went flying today, Kevin.
you did?
Yeah, I went flying today. Matter of fact, when I got there, Dave probably put up 1 or 2 more flights,
Wow.
and then he left. He got there at 8 o'clock. I didn't get there until like 9:12, and so he was flying and had a great time, he said. And then I went there and flew, and then this other guy who flies RC showed up, and he was really intrigued, really impressed with. He never seen a control line plane fly before. He never seen anything like it. He was just like enamored with seeing, you know, the Striker fly go through the maneuvers, you know.
He'd probably never seen one that was that big either.
No.
Yeah, he's never seen a control line ever. He didn't even know anything about it. He was just like, wow, because he was so surprised he had never even seen a control line as long as he's been doing RC.
Man, that's fantastic.
And he said, and he goes, man, that is amazing. I said, yeah, it's amazing that we can't get young people to take a look at this. And he's like, wow, so amazing. All right.
You think you're going to be seeing him again? I hope
Well,
so.
we exchanged phone numbers, and we went to after we went flying, we went to a restaurant, and then pulled up the Brodak website on his computer, and I showed him what I'd recommend him get, which is the P40 ARF. And what is Kevin bringing in here? What is that, Kevin?
This is about almost American.
All right. Now, so you never come off the. Yeah, I know. I remember you telling me how you used the longest side of the wing panel to duplicate.
Yeah. Now it's got equal short sides.
Okay.
You got wide wingtips.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm hoping to get that wing done today or this weekend anyway. I got lots of wingtips.
Hey, Kevin, what is that over your, I guess, right shoulder, depending on your camera, in the glass box on the wall?
Oh, and that's my die-cast collection. What's that?
Yeah.
That's my die-cast collection.
Die-cast of cars or airplanes or what?
Die-cast cars.
Oh, cool.
I had a big display like that of all Don Garlic stuff, but it got stolen.
Ah, man.
I moved out of the apartment and I left some stuff up there, and I went back to get it. Someone went in and stole all the shit that was in my apartment when I was moving. So I was collecting for years on that Garlic stuff. I even had a couple of Garlic dragsters that Don signed for me when I was in Florida at his museum.
I don't know anything that could piss you off more than something like that happening.
Oh, yeah. You know, it's like I go to the apartment, I move my stuff in, I come back to the apartment to get the rest of the stuff, and it's gone. And nobody saw anything. Nobody knows nothing.
Of course not.
You know.
It sounds like children. I know what that's like.
Yeah, no, it sounds like Lakeside Tweakers.
Now, what cup is that? Is that from a contest?
Oh no, that's us. Ringmaster.
Ringmaster.
Oh, Ringmaster. Okay.
Brotherhood of the Ring.
Now, I'm going to get me. I have a coffee mug that was a trophy for a contest. I should remember to use that and make sure I can showcase that.
I got a Stunthangar one too, but I haven't got it dirty yet.
Okay.
You know, it never occurs to me to visit the Brotherhood of the Ring website. Is it the same people that are on Stunthangar?
No, Eric Cohn, I think, runs it. Or I can't remember, but it's a pretty dead site.
Is it?
Yeah, it's you know, most of them hang around on Facebook more than they do at the.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The Stunthangar's put all the control line sites out of their misery, I think, because it's got everything that we need all in one place.
Pretty much. The only one
I still frequently go to Stuttgart Stunt.
Is there anything different there? I mean, other than just for the sake of support, is there any reason to go there?
It just, I mean, there's less going on there. I mean, I keep checking to see if there's any new posts or anything, and there's not much activity going on the open page. There might be some other threads that I haven't checked out that might be pretty active, but the open one, I don't see anything spectacular going on there.
That's where most of your stuff would probably go, especially if it was somebody who'd never heard of Stunthangar and is just now starting to search for control line forums. They might find that one first and, join up.
What I like about Stunthangar is they have that link where new posts that you haven't read yet, it'll just bring them up for you.
Yeah.
And you don't have to go searching through all the different ones.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I bookmark too. And so when I, click on, I've got a speed dial page for my Google or for my Chrome, and it's just a whole page of thumbnails of all the sites I go to, and it's got tabs for different categories. I've got home, medical, banking, and all of my forum bookmarks go right to the recent unread topics, or in Stunthangar's case, ones that I've actually posted in will come up first. Ones I'm subscribed to.
I'm looking for that new post you're talking about.
New post.
Is that where is that at, Kevin?
Which one are you talking about?
What you just said. You said you like this one thing you click on. It's the
right on your main page, right at the top header where it says "Hello, Charles."
Yeah.
Look right underneath. Show.
Oh, okay. I see it. I see it.
Yeah. It's got two of them. It's got one for recent unread posts, and then one right under it is for posts you've posted in recently that somebody's bumped.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, those are the ones to bookmark. That way you never miss anything, because if somebody posts in combat or painting or engines or building, it's always in the new posts link right there.
So when you're saying bookmark, you bookmark it for like your browser, you mean?
Yeah. So whatever the first thing you click on when you want to go to Stunthangar, that's it.
Okay.
Unless
you hear that ringing bell? Do you hear that?
Do I hear what?
Do you hear that ringing bell like Terry does?
I did once, I think.
Yeah, I wonder how Terry does that. That's definitely Terry's calling sign.
A ringing bell?
Yeah, it's really his motor mounts that he makes. He taps them and it sounds like a ring,
I don't know how he's making noise without coming into the.
You talking about the ringing you just heard just now?
Yeah.
I have a ship's clock in my office.
Oh.
It rings every half hour.
Oh, that's what it is. I thought that was Terry. It sounds just like Terry.
No,
Speaking of Terry, I was, and I didn't get around to it because I slept too late after I got home, but I wanted to call him and see if, you know, he wants to come on the show. I guess I could email him, but he hadn't been coming around much lately, and I want to make sure there's no reason that involves me or you, anybody else, that he's
that's
not
what
here.
you're hearing right there.
Okay.
Ah, cool.
Thank you.
Well, look on the wall behind me. You see my barometer back there? That's not as cool as your clock, but hey, it looks like a boat thing.
Yeah, it does.
Well,
Yeah, I
my
used to have
dad
a
was
boat once upon a time.
my dad was a nautical guy. My
I
whole
had a
family.
30-foot cabin cruiser, and that came off of it.
Oh,
Very nice.
did you deduct that from the price when you sold it?
That was staying with me.
Oh,
Yeah, nice nice memento to remember that boat, right?
Yep.
yeah. Probably better now to have the clock than it is to have the cruiser.
Oh, you ready for next week?
Hole in the water.
Oh shit.
Yes, that's right. Here, I have a friend who's a boat mechanic, and he says a boat is just a hole in the water you pour money in.
That's the one.
And the happiest day of your life is the day you buy the boat, and the second happiest day is the day you sell it.
You got it.
Yeah.
I've always enjoyed other people's boats, but I've never been fascinated with the idea of owning one myself. Same thing with motorcycles.
Whoa. I love motorcycles.
I like motorcycles too, but I don't want one. Not that I could ride one anyway right now, you know,
I
nowadays.
actually got no place to keep it.
I've done enough horrible stuff in a car to have too much of respect for pavement to ride a motorcycle.
I have a scar on my leg to convince me not to ride them anymore.
I bet.
Laid a muffler on it with shorts.
Ow. Ouch.
That's
How long
exactly
did it
what I
stay on you? How long did the muffler stay on your leg?
Not long, too long.
Long enough for your brain to tell you to move that leg, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
get that thing off of here.
If it's a 500-pound bike, you might not get it off quite fast.
It was a trail bike.
Uh.
And that's exactly where I was, a muddy trail.
Yeah, I got a kneecap from dumping my bike, 650 Kawasaki. Busted my kneecap open, cut my buddy's finger off and was riding shotgun with me.
Wow.
Yeah. He was holding on to the back of the seat. We were both under the influence of Jack Daniels. And I was going a little too fast, and the road turned, and I went straight. We went right up this hillside, and he got his hand stuck in the spokes. And that was quite a night.
Oh my goodness, that sounds horrible.
That was back in 80, 82, 83, around there.
Thank God I wasn't with you that day.
And the only other time I dumped a bike was my Harley, and I forgot to take the lock off the brake, and I took off, and the lock came around and flipped my whole bike over in the parking lot. Like, what a dummy. Totally forgot to take the lock off.
Oh, my.
Yeah, I was sober on that one, too.
That's no fun.
I know.
Yeah.
Just laid there. I just laid there. People coming up. You all right? I go, yeah, I'm just delving in my stupidity. You know?
Just bathing in the warmth of my
stupidity. That's it.
Oh, man. That's funny. Yeah, when we make mistakes, we all have made some bonehead mistakes.
About 20 minutes ago, when hadn't been looking at the YouTube chat like I should be, Rick commented on our discussion about flying control line, you know, as opposed to RC, and what a thrill it is to be connected directly to the plane, as I call it, being part of the machine.
I call it fly-by-wire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a mechanical part of the whole machine. I mean, everything you do from your head to your toes affects what that airplane does in the air.
It sure does. I mean, we can put an input in there without even being conscientious of it. I mean, you got to control your movement so you don't put an input, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy was pretty impressed with it. He was really excited. He couldn't believe that it's not more popular after all this time. He was just like flying RC. He was surprised never seen anything like it before. And I said, yeah, there's some guys that have never even, when you go to a hobby store, some guys don't even know what it is.
Yeah.
You're talking about.
Well, it's hard to fly control line now, though. You know, it's like you can't find any place really to fly.
And you can't find the equipment to do it with.
Yeah, well, you know, John Brodak, that's why.
Don't have control line anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, thank God for the internet. I mean, that is such a blessing, and thank God for Eric Rule and John Brodak, you know.
Yep.
They definitely are making it so that we get the stuff we need to fly and compete. And, you know, it's just a couple keystrokes away and you can be getting all the things you need, you know.
Yeah. Well, I hope there's a new generation of guys that knows how to do all this stuff when our elders are no longer able to do it, because we got a whole lot of people doing a whole lot of stuff, from making Venturis to mufflers, you know, to whatever part of an airplane you want to mention, that are not going to be here in just a couple or more, or a couple or a few years. And I hope we got enough new guys coming along that are really good at that stuff.
Absolutely. You know, hopefully Eric Rule has someone in mind who's going to take over the business, who's going to just
work with Mike Griffin, but Mike Griffin's no spring chicken either, you know.
Yeah, and then hopefully John Brodak has someone else coming behind him that can run that part of the business. You know, it definitely is it's definitely sad. You know, that's why I'm always excited when someone shows interest. I want to get them going. You know, and you know, I meant to take my daughter out today, my youngest one, the one who comes in from time to time. But the trainer that I have, my son flew it last, and he had a really hard landing, and so I need to fix the landing gear and fix some other things, and so it wasn't ready. But I'm hoping to take her out next week, and my plan has been to get my kids flying, and then get my kids to have play dates to introduce to their friends and have them, you know, show off in front of their friends and get their friends to fly. And that's what my plan is. But I get sidetracked a little bit when I'm trying to build a plane like I am and prepare for a contest like I am.
Yeah.
It kind of goes sideways because that's kind of where I'm at right now.
That's a noble dream. I hope you can convert it to a working plan.
Yeah, I'm hoping to. Now, kids are getting older, and actually they're losing interest. You know, one child, I think my son, he's not really interested at all. Seems like I'm just going by his behaviors, you know. And my daughter, again, that's Tatiana. I mean, she's daddy's little girl, so I really think I have the best shot at her, getting her to fly. And hopefully, you know, once I get her flying.
That might awaken the other kids too.
Yeah, I'm hoping if I get, you know, I was hoping to get my son flying and get that going, but that's bailing. So if I get Tatiana flying and get her flying really good, maybe the other two might be jealous and might want to fly, or they might just say, well, that's daddy's little girl, and what else is new? You know, she just hangs out with dad all the time. You know, so we'll see.
I went through that with my son. He was flying. We were flying rat race, and I was flying combat at the time. And then he discovered girls, and that was it. Took care of all his flying.
Yeah, well, that happened to me too when I was younger. I mean, it was motorcycles, and then it was girls, and then motorcycles and cars, then girls, and then life. Like I got back into it actually on, well, I guess God uh, planned it, but my nephews who I taught how to fly, they came to visit me, and they brought these control line planes with them, and they said, well, let's go fly. And I said, man, I haven't flown in like, what, 25 years or so. And they said, don't worry about it. It's just like riding a bicycle. So my cousin, one had a chipmunk, and the other one, they had a twister. So the one that had a twister let me fly his twister. And when I took off, as the plane was rolling out, I was going, oh my God, how could I have ever forgot this? And when the plane was in the air, I was like, I got bit. I was just like, how did I let this go? I cannot believe it that I let this go. And so I got bit hard like 15 years ago. And I've been building and flying since then. So my first plane back in the hobby, I built a twister, and then I built a green box Nobler.
How did that first flight turn out?
The one that my cousin let me fly, his plane?
Yeah.
Oh, it was, I took off, flew. I think I did what I used to do, which was loops, and I flew inverted. And
oh, so you were already able to do that.
it was, it was like, how could I have ever letting this thing go? And I was just enamored. And the other thing is, I actually saved the plane. The plane got loose on me. My cousin is not the best control line pilot, so the plane really needs to be trimmed. And I was flying, and it got loose, and I will sacrifice my body to save anyone's plane if I have a chance to fly their plane.
Yeah.
So I just took off running and got the lines tight and caught the plane, and even that was exhilarating, as part of the hook. That kind of set the hook too, just experiencing that.
That's a big confidence builder.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is. And he had a Fox 35 on it, and then watching my cousin fly his chipmunk, and I could just tell from the outside of the circle that was a really nice plane. Of course, he wouldn't let me fly that, unfortunately.
Yeah. If I go any real length of time without flying, I start to lose my confidence a little bit and get a little antsy about
yes
flying. And then like you said, as soon as it rolls out, oh man, I'm back home again, so
yes yeah, I feel a little bit of that. That's why even though I have other priorities right now, I've been flying consistently at least once a week, and flying every Friday for sure, just so that I'm I think I'm making progress. I think the Strega is I made some trim adjustments today. I actually I fixed that. Last week I reported that I had a leak in my engine when I took out the head shim.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, so I reseated that and got that working, and I flew the plane today, and it flew good. It still seems like for some reason I have a little bit richer run when I fly inverted. I might see if I can shim that and shim the engine. I can't lower the tank anymore, but I can shim the motor up a little bit and see if that will get better. But I also adjusted my push rod. I have adjustable. Basically, it's a turnbuckle on my push rod. Bill Biles made this adjuster.
I like that. I've never rigged one up like that, but I want to.
Yeah, so I actually adjusted the push rod because when I'm doing the figure eight, and on the outside, it just seems the bottom just is quicker than the bottom of the inside. So I adjusted the push rod a little bit. It made 2 adjustments, and it seemed to get a little bit better. So between the motor running a little bit better and plane flying better, I'm excited about making progress.
Yeah.
Because I'm really looking at the October date for the Golden State Stunt Championship, and you know, if I don't finish my Pathfinder in time, I'm going to go with the Strega. But hopefully, as time progresses, I will do much better, because when I was you know, at this Golden State last year, I only had the I had just rebuilt that Stalker 81, and I think I literally had like 10 days of practice prior to the contest. And here it is now. I'm practicing now, and it's July. So between now, July, and October, barring any unforeseen event, you know, I'll go there with a much better preparation.
Yeah.
So, Dennis, are you listening, Dennis? And Landon Shorts, are you guys listening? And Mike Castle and Gary Gingrich. So I'm going to be much better prepared. That's the plan.
Yeah, you got some people to knock off, don't you?
Oh yeah. I got those are just some of them, but those are the ones who have. And Ethan Chin.
What about that McElroy guy? Can he do anything?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna beat him.
I'm sorry. And Kevin
Dude,
McElroy.
I can fly longer than 2.5 minutes. I'm gonna get him.
You know what? Just stay off that sugar like you're doing.
Yeah, I think I'll be all right.
You get
How
it
you
better.
feeling, Kevin?
You know what? Hey man, you know you got the history, you got the legacy.
Yeah.
I've seen some vintage stunt news magazines where you know did really well.
Yeah.
It's in your blood.
That's when I used to be able to fly almost every day too. You know, I'd flying away home from work every day. You know, can't do that now.
Yeah, but you know what? That muscle memory is still there. Just like Rusty was talking about, that confidence. You know, it's just a matter of time and probably just having a good flying plane. You know.
Well, that P40 is flying good. Now that I haven't tried it with that new bigger motor in it yet. So I was gonna call in sick today, and then I didn't. So
You know, I mean, once I get this Pathfinder built and it's close to the contest, I'll be willing to fly almost any time, Kevin. So we can hook up even on Saturdays. Once it gets close to the contest, we can definitely get together.
It's only 2 months away, man.
What P40 is that, Kevin? Is that one of those Brodak ARFs? Or
Yeah, it's a great flying plane.
Yeah. Did you use that springy little thin coupler for the flaps, or did you put a stronger?
No. I got what's his name system in there.
Oh, Tom Morris.
Yeah, got Tom Morris.
Biggest mistake I made is not replacing that one coupler.
Yeah.
Because you can't adjust the flaps. If you want to tweak one, you can do this and let go of them, and they go doing right back to where they were. And it's like, good Lord.
Yeah, no, it flies good. I mean, last time I had it out, except for I was put too big a prop on the electric motor and burned the motor up. So compensate, I put a bigger motor in. And
yeah, good idea.
More is better.
Yeah, horsepower is always good.
who's that? Dennis
Adamson.
He's got some specs on Stunthangar, and I set it up to that. I used the motor he had, and I set the RPM at 96 with the 12, whatever prop, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I like that P40. I've flown 2 of them. Never flown an electric one, but that's why I even recommended that for this new guy who's interested. Is that P40? I really like how it flies, and especially like the view from the handle out watching the plane. It looks like a real plane. I can't think of any plane that I've flown that actually looks, the silhouette looks like a real plane.
If you fly with a background of trees, you kind of need to put some invasion stripes on the fuselage or something to help see it.
Yeah, with that camera
late in the day.
So I put the orange and the orange stripes and checkerboard on mine.
Yeah.
Who's that?
I love the sky blue.
I had a Charles Parrott P40 built up and that was a good flying, good looking plane. That was one that took me all the way up into advanced.
Hey, Dennis.
Hey, how's it going? Hang on, I got to do some change here on my sound. Let's see.
All
All righty.
He must have heard you talking about him.
Yeah, I'm sure you must have felt it. Yeah, well,
Here we go.
here we go.
Good evening, everyone.
Good
Good
evening.
Good
Today
evening.
I was listening. I was listening on YouTube, and I heard my name mentioned in vain.
Yeah, I was hoping you was listening. I don't think Gary was listening, but
I thought that was respect.
yeah, well, you know what? Yeah, I like tangling up with Dennis. He's a really good guy. Yeah, we had a good time at the last contest, and you know, the best pilot won that day, and that was Dennis.
That was a fluke.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but I don't know if you heard me. I was saying that I'm getting the Strega a little bit better trimmed. You know, it's making some adjustments and getting the motor running better, and
You're right back.
you know, so I'm hoping that between now and October, I'm hoping to have my Pathfinder done. But I mean, if I don't have it done, I got to go to war with the what I have, and that'll be the Strega.
October.
Huh?
October.
Yeah.
Oh man, I put the wrong dates in for vacation.
Golden State is October through the 21st, I think.
Oh, I'll
In
change.
fact, I put in a reservation. If you call the hotel, Dennis,
No, I need to.
they're,
I need to
they're
make a reservation.
going to reserve your room already, and you get the rate.
October.
I called a couple of days ago, and I'm not sure if my family's going to go with me or not, but I got a junior suite in case my family goes with me. But yeah, if you call them and tell them you're coming to the Golden State, you get the I think the room rates are like $98.
Oh,
We got a similar discount in Huntersville too. At least
Yeah.
the hotel I stay in does. I don't know if they all do. Probably.
It's a nice hotel. I like this hotel. I like it a lot. And what's so great about it is that I mean, you literally can walk there, right? Right, Dennis?
Yeah, you could. I don't.
Yeah. I mean, you know, if your wife has a car, you can walk there, not with your plane and equipment. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you could walk there unencumbered, you know, no problem. But to drive there, it takes a couple of minutes, literally.
Trying to type into the chat box, I probably hit something.
All right.
I think we're
Yeah,
still
it's
here.
really close. And I was telling Sparky earlier how pristine the surface is because it's, you know, an airport and it's just pristine asphalt. It hasn't been used except for these contests, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably one of the best sites I've been at. Northwest is not bad. The problem they have out Northwest is the circles are in where they park the planes. So they have these steel plate anchors that are in the asphalt to tie the planes off. And,
Right.
you know, they have to lay out the circle so that you miss them. And, you know, so you have to watch where you take off too, because you can run across a plate if you're not watching it.
Yeah. As you know, the Golden State we don't have that at all. And it's clean air, even when it's blowing, it's clean. It's not, you know, like I was flying today. You know, I should have had my anemometer out. I was flying in some pretty strong winds today.
pretty today.
I didn't go above 45 degrees too much as far as the upper maneuvers, but because the wind was so bad. But I don't know what I recorded, what the wind was, but it was blowing. But it was turbulent. Unlike
You got a
the
little
air when it blows, it's clean air.
You got a little pocket anemometer.
Yeah.
How much do those cost? Are they like what, 20, 30 bucks?
No, I got mine on eBay. I'm pretty sure it's been a while, but I'm sure it was less than $20.
Has it got little spinning cups on top of it, or what?
Yeah.
How does it work?
It has a spinning fan on top, and it even gives you the temperatures. I have the temperature and the wind speed, and you can have it in miles per hour, miles per second, knots, you know, per mile or whatever, or knots per minute, and it's pretty good. It just gives me confidence when like for example, I know I have flown the pattern with my Strega in. I'm not sure what Madeira was last year, but I know I've recorded flights at 12-mile-an-hour winds. You know, so when what it does for me is when I find myself in a windy situation, I put the animator up and I see what it is, and I'll go, oh, that's only 9 miles an hour. It just gives me confidence knowing that, you know, you've flown comfortably in 12. You know, and I've maybe even higher than 12, but I haven't always recorded it because I'm at a contest. It doesn't matter what it is. You know.
So why does it matter when you practice?
Oh, just so I know what it feels like. I want to just kind of be having a feeling of what. I mean, before I didn't know what 12-mile-an-hours felt like. You know?
No, right. But I mean, you said you didn't go over 45 degrees. Why not?
Oh, today I was just doing some trimming. I was just trying to get my engine to run better. I was just playing with the motor.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was really windy. I didn't record the speed. I don't know what it was, but it was really windy.
Or did you do a reverse wing over too for the new guy?
Yeah, I did everything except for I didn't do the overhead 8, and I didn't do the 4-leaf clover, and I didn't do the vertical 8. Yeah. And right now I just have just the Strega, so
yeah.
I'm not gonna do anything unnecessary.
One airplane.
Was that again, Ron?
Don't jeopardize your one airplane.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I have another plane. I have a Oriental that if I had to, I could fly that, but that thing is not even trimmed. You know, right now the Strega is still not trimmed, but it's my best flying plane that I have.
Unlike me, you can refrain from showing off.
Yeah, well, I have crashed. The last time I crashed was like 3 years ago, and I crashed because I was showing off. So that kind of reinforced that you don't need to show off, you know.
Yeah, I can't seem to learn that lesson.
Yeah, I don't get me wrong. I have shown off a little bit, but you know, I kind of make sure I'm within reason, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see anybody doing outside loops or triangles after the clover in the videos that Sparky took.
Whoa! Where are you staying at? Where are you staying at the Golden Stage?
Oh,
Hampton Inn?
What'd you say?
Hampton Inn?
Yeah, Hampton Inn. Yeah, that's the host hotel, and that's the one that's so close to where we fly at. Yeah, and I actually like the Hampton Inns. I like the Hampton. It's nice.
$100 a night. Wow.
Yeah, $98 a night.
Where do you find that at?
If you tell them you're with the contest.
Yeah, just tell me what the Golden State Championship.
Oh, so you got to call them and do it.
Yeah, don't use an online service. I found out the hard way that you don't get your discounts like that.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, so I like their breakfast. Their breakfast is really nice. I like it.
Oh yeah, they're a good place. I like Hampton.
You just got to get there early enough for breakfast. Otherwise, you'll be waiting a long time.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I've got a standard breakfast fare that I eat pretty much every time before contests early in the morning. And I don't know if you people not in the South have it, but it's sausage gravy biscuit, you know, with a buttermilk biscuit spread open and pour sausage gravy, ladle sausage gravy all over it. Man, that is good stuff.
Yeah, that is good stuff.
And it sticks with you too. It'll last all the way to lunchtime. Talk about something that'll stick to your ribs.
Yeah, that is true. And I don't remember if they have that there, but I wouldn't be surprised because there's a chef that'll make whatever you want.
Yeah.
I mean, they have things out there too, but if you want something special, they'll make it for you.
We used to fly with Trace and Bob Brooks. Every time we go up to Whittier for a contest, me and Trace would stop at Denny's and order 2 chicken fried steak breakfast on a piece. Eat 2 chicken fried steaks smothered with sausage gravy. Oh man, I can't eat that stuff now though. Oh well.
Just eat something that's got a lot of energy in it. That gravy biscuit's got a lot of starch in it, so you know it's got carbs to keep your fuel tank full for a good while, and it doesn't move through too fast either. That's important for the contest. That's what I hate about the early morning flights, getting out there and having to fly at 9 o'clock, and I invariably draw first flight of first round. I don't know why. I hate that.
Well, that way in the last round, you're the last person to fly and you can win.
Yeah. I like to relax a little bit and watch some flying first.
I don't mind. I think for me, I don't mind that at all. It sounds like a winning combo. Be first in the first round.
Yeah.
And then be the last person in the last round. And that also gives me a lot of time in between.
I just want to make sure my breakfast is at the right stage of digestion when it's time to haul the plane up to the circle and fly.
Yeah, so you have plenty of time to go to the bathroom between that. That's
yeah.
Yeah. I've been what I've been doing too is what, for me, I don't drink any caffeinated. I drink decaf. I don't drink caffeinated coffee or caffeinated drinks till after the contest.
Yeah.
I just don't need any extra. I'm already amped up as it is. I don't need caffeine to wake me up because I'm wide awake.
First thing I gotta have every single morning when my feet hit the floor is a good chug of Coca-Cola, ice cold Coca-Cola, and then the coffee. But I only drink about a half a cup of coffee, and that's it until the afternoon or late afternoon or evening.
Yeah, I drink coffee as much as I can, but at the contest, I make sure it's all decaf until after my second official.
Yeah.
Well, then I know my plan is I'm going to spike your coffee.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Red Bull out there and pour it in his coffee. Caffeine.
Yeah. I can see me now. When I signal, I'm going to go, Dennis, he got me. That's funny. Yeah, I definitely will watch what you're doing. I'll keep an eye on my coffee cup when I'm around you, Dennis. You ain't got nothing to worry about, Dennis. You already beat me once.
Yeah, I was about to say, Dennis doesn't think he can beat you without spiking your drink.
He's got so much going for him. I mean, he has appearance points, and I don't. He's going on.
All you have to do is build a plane.
I know. And he has the momentum. He's winning in the first quarter. He has it going on. Ain't nothing to worry about. Don't worry about me, man. You got to worry about Gary Gingrich, Lanny Shorts.
Yeah, he beat me up at Northwest Regionals by 3.5 points.
Who beat you, Lanny or Gary?
Lanny did.
Yeah.
And that was the one where Walter Hicks was in first after the first round, and he chose not to fly because of the wind.
Wow.
I love the wind.
Yeah, hey, it's it definitely separates the boys from the men, And
I've never scratched because of wind, and we've had some hella wind contests too.
Yeah, I know some other places they have a lot of wind. I mean, I remember when I was a guy from back east. He was happened to just be out here in Escondido last year, and he rolled up on us, and I introduced myself to him. He introduced himself, and I just rolled my lines up, and I just finished rolling up. He goes, "Oh man, I'd love to see you fly." So I rolled him out, and I flew, and I told him, I was kind of being a little concerned because of the wind, and he was like, "Oh, we fly a much worse wind back in New Jersey than this."
Oh, New Jersey, that's where he was from.
Yeah. And I was like, really? Wow. Because I thought it was pretty bad. I don't know what the speed was, but it was really windy. I took
it wasn't Skip Chernoff or somebody like that, was it?
No, it wasn't Skip, but actually was a Nats judge a couple years ago. Sam, I know if Sparky was here, Sparky would know who he is because he actually kicked him off the forum. So he's on Stuka Stunt. And that's what he told me. I'm not talking about him. He told me that he got kicked off. So
yeah,
for whatever reason, I don't know if it was merited or not.
Judging from what I've seen on Stunthangar, you got to get pretty rough to get kicked off.
Yeah. But anyway, so that was like an eye opener. And then when Dennis and I first met, that was for me. I thought that was a pretty windy contest.
Yeah, that was about 50-mile-an-hour wind.
Yeah, and that was the most scared I've ever been flying a plane. And this was my top flight score with a Randy Smith 51 on it. And that 51 was absolutely crazy in the wind. I mean, would take full advantage of the wind and just run away. And that plane had so much. It was heavy. It's actually as heavy as my Strega, and that was scary, And I think that's why the plane just ran away from me, and the bottoms were lower than I normally would fly because it felt like the lines were stretching.
And when I pull the down line, like in a outside square or something like that, as soon as you pull the down line, it's at the ground. I mean,
yeah, that's exactly what it was like. It was like, well, like yesterday.
Yeah.
And that scared me. And the Strega doesn't do that for some reason. The way that stalker's set up, even when the wind is trying to whip it, it really can't push that. At least the setup I had before. I mean, I've just taken out some head shims, and the motor has more compression. And I saw it today. This seemed to have a little bit more aggressiveness than it has in the past. But when I flew it last year at the state, even though the wind was blowing it, the plane didn't speed up. I'd hear the motor wind up a little bit, but the plane didn't move any faster. It gave me some confidence when it was flying like that. I
need to learn to fly slower. I think I fly too fast. I'm usually around 4.9, hardly ever 5 or over. And I wonder if the size planes that I like to fly will handle the wind that I know I can fly in at 5 seconds plus. What do you think?
Well, like it depends upon the plane. Like a twister.
I'm talking, 40 to 55.
This airfoil is so thin on a twister, you're going to fly it faster than a plane that has a thicker wing. Do you follow me?
Yeah.
Like a Strega can fly really slow because it has such a thick wing. I can fly slow.
Yeah.
But a plane with a thin airfoil, if it's flying too slow, it's going to fall out the sky. So
the Mustang's got a thicker airfoil than the Twister, doesn't it? I think that's a pretty thick airfoil.
Which one?
What did I say? P40 is what I meant to say.
Oh, the Prodac.
Yeah.
That is a nice airfoil.
It's got a nice airfoil.
Yeah.
It's not too big and not too thin. It's just right. It's a little thicker than a chipmunk.
Well, that's why I like building my planes heavy too, because a heavier plane does better in the wind. I see a lot of these guys got these light aircrafts. The wind picks up, they're done. So they can't get them up above 45 degrees.
Yeah, that's a good point too. I mean, because my score was heavy and my Strega is heavy, and they do pretty well in the wind. But like I said just a moment ago, that stalker with that big muffler has so much volume, it acts like a governor, and it just won't speed up. And that's been a saving grace for that plane, with that setup.
Now, these planes that Joe Gilbert does so well with, are these just plain old profile ringmasters that he flies? Or are they bigger? I mean, what size planes Because as good as I hear he does, I can't imagine him flying something like a 38-ounce ringmaster.
I don't know.
Yeah, I really can't speak for that. When I saw Joe Gilbert fly
At Brodak.
at Brodax, I thought I saw him fly a red T-Rex, which he gave to, I think, Paul Taylor after the contest or during it. He gave it to him.
Yeah.
But the ringmaster, I know that when he flew the ringmaster at VSC, he did a reverse wing over and got a 40 point on it with the ringmaster. But I think it was the small ringmaster in that case. But I know he does have a big ringmaster, a plane that looks like a big ringmaster. I don't think it's a ringmaster per se.
What do they call it? A Ringmaster 576 or something like that? That's the big one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's a plane that looks like a ringmaster that's really big, and I don't know if it's that one.
It's got flaps and everything on it.
I've never seen it. I just heard of that one. But I imagine that VSC, when he did that 40 point maneuver, I think that was an authentic ringmaster just because it was in VSC. You know what I mean? I think VSC, you have to have the authentic, the real deal, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, for those on the YouTube,
Polywog,
VSC Stunt Championships. That's in Arizona. We call it VSC.
We call it VSC.
Yeah, Vintage Stunt Championships.
Old farts and old airplanes.
Mike Cavill in that his contest. Is that his name?
I think that's, yeah, I think he's there too. I'm thinking Keith Trossel and
You say Cavell?
I don't know how to pronounce it. Keville.
Yeah, he's up there a lot.
Yeah, but I was wondering if he was the organizer originally
Oh,
of the VSC.
I can't remember. No, it's put on by clubs.
Choila.
Choppers.
Yeah, Choila Choppers. But it originated in Los Angeles, VSC. The first one was in VSC, was in Los Angeles, the first one.
Was it really?
Yeah. Yeah, matter of fact, Sparky has the videos
I'll be darned.
on if you go to his video series, he actually about a month ago posted several videos from VSC. The
It was
first
in
one.
Northern California.
No, it was at Whittier Narrows.
I'll be darned.
Yeah, watch the video. It's pretty cool. You see a young Kurd. I saw a young Kerndale there. Kerndale. I saw a young one.
Kerndale.
Dale Kern.
Yeah, Dale Kern. I meant Dale Kern. Right. Yeah.
Is my screen stuck on full size for y'all, or is it just me?
Do what?
I just have Ron full size.
Okay. I got, for some reason, mine's locked on me for full size. Let me change people. Let me try Charles. Okay, that went good. Turn Charles back down to small Charles. Now it's back to me. Oh, well.
Looking normal for me.
This is what is recording to YouTube. So everybody on YouTube's just getting to look at me. I don't mind looking at me, but it'd be nice to see who's talking.
I had that problem last time I was on here. Once I clicked on one thing, it wouldn't auto change.
Yeah, that's what mine's doing now.
You're auto changing for me just fine.
Yeah, it's working fine over here too.
Oh, well, whatever I see is what YouTube records. So they're getting stuck with me tonight. Sorry, tubers. I guess that's what it looks like to them over there. Maybe somebody will tell me.
Oh my. So Charles, the Whittier Fun Fly was changed to Sunday, not Saturday.
Yeah, I just got the email from Al Heiger today. And I think the date is August
26th.
26th. Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of ruined my plans, but I'm still going to go.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to go. I might, but I'm leaning more toward not going.
I prefer it to be on a Saturday instead of a Sunday, because now I got to take Monday off of work. Because there ain't no way I'm going to drive back from Whittier on Sunday and go to work at midnight, 2 in the morning.
Yeah, the only, I mean, if I could find, I wouldn't mind going to Whittier Narrows just so I can practice on asphalt for a change.
I wouldn't mind that either.
You know, just to practice my takeoffs and landings on asphalt. And if I could get some coaching, that'd be great. That would be the really incentive for me if someone would watch my maneuvers and help me take care of the low-hanging fruit. You know what I mean? The things you can fix easy.
I got 4 days off coming up September 1st.
Oh,
Charles,
good.
Charles, I'll give you some coaching. I'll tell you to pull your maneuvers out 5 foot below the ground level.
That's funny. Well, I got some major deficits that I'm contending with. I'm trying to get my tops at around 45 degrees. So that's what I really got to deal with now. And my bottoms are still probably a little bit high, but
What length lines are you flying on?
I lengthened my lines. I'm back up to 64 feet. I think when you saw me last, I was at around 62 feet lines.
I'd go out to the max. That's a big plane that you got, that Strega.
Yeah. Well, when I was at the contest, I think last year I was actually at 66, but I had a bigger Venturi. I've been, to try to fix the problem I had with it slowing down on inverted flight. Steve Hines and some others thought I might just try a smaller Venturi. So I went down to the smallest Venturi I had, and so I'm going to slowly but surely increase the Venturi size because I have plenty of tank. I mean, I can overrun in a heartbeat right now, so I could put a bigger Venturi on there and it'll be all good.
Charles, about 10 minutes ago, Minnesota Mike said that according to Brian from Madeira, Charles is the most improved flyer.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you for the love.
Who's
I'm working
Brian
on it.
from Madeira?
I'm not. I definitely have a ways to go.
I don't know Brian from Madeira.
Oh, I wonder if that was Brian Massey.
It probably is. Probably Massey.
Yeah, Brian Massey's well, I think he's going to co-CD with Brian Moore. It could be Brian Moore too. I don't know if it's Brian Moore or Brian Massey. But yeah, either way, I mean, those are good pilots in their own right, so I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to, it's my favorite contest. I mean, besides my time I had at Brodax, the next best contest to me is Golden State Stunt Championship. Nothing like it.
Is there anywhere else besides Brodax that has events like fun, junkyard wars and balloon busts and dumpster dives and stuff like that?
No.
Not that I know of. I mean, Brodax is like a pool party.
Yeah.
I mean, it is.
No topless girls.
I mean, you have so much fun there. I mean, when I was there, I mean, I know I say this all the time, but literally just trying to go to the bathroom, you're walking and someone will start talking to you and where are you from? And next thing you know, you have a new friend. I mean, it's just amazing. And then they have all those fun things like, the Dynajets going and like you mentioned, the balloon pops and the all those things they're going on. I mean, you can't even catch everything. There's so much going on. You really got to pick and choose. And like I said, you probably will find someone you just love talking to. For me, I'm out here in California, so when I meet someone who who talks different, like has that Southern drawl or has that East Coast type of talk. It's just, interesting to me.
Yeah.
And there's some characters out there. I met John Sutherland, and we was having fun because he gets mistaken for Phil Granderson. I don't know if you know who Phil Granderson is, or
I know the name well, but I don't know anything about him.
Yeah, so we was having fun with that, and John Sounder and myself, and then I met for me, I hardly ever find any other black pilots, so
John Saunders, yeah.
at a
Now,
contest I saw John Saunders and
what about Jimmy Vance, James Vance? Have you ever met him?
I haven't met him, and I haven't met Darren, who actually was executive director of the Nats.
Yeah.
Also black. I haven't met him yet, but he's a real good friend of a mutual friend of mine, and so that was kind of a kick in the pants just to have that too. But Phil Granderson, I've met him at Golden State, and look forward to seeing him again, God willing. That'd be great. Yeah. So, but yeah, I recommend anybody if they can, if you get to Brodax, I highly recommend. I don't have any regrets of the money I spent to go to Brodax. I have no regrets at all. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Second to my honeymoon as far as the best time I've had.
That's probably my biggest regret of Control Line is that I don't foresee ever being able to make it to Brodax.
Well, I thought the same thing too at one point. I thought that'd be something. Thank God my wife gave me said it's okay. We didn't have the money to go,
Yeah.
and went anyways. And I roomed with John Wright, and I didn't even have my airplane with me. So and John Wright was he's seen me fly obviously, so. He said it'll be okay if I use his airplane, and so that was a kick in the pants.
Yeah.
To my first flight was an official flight with his plane. I didn't know what to expect after he let go of the plane, and I didn't need any coffee that morning either.
If I did go, I doubt if I could get there before Sunday, and then I'd miss Monday, Wednesday, and Friday because of dialysis. So, and that's assuming I could. I'm pretty sure I could find a clinic up there, no problem. But
I'm sure you could.
No, that shouldn't be a problem at all. Probably even with the company I use here in Columbia, but still, burning those 3 days would kind of, it'd take a lot out of it. I'd basically get Tuesday and Thursday up there, and whatever happens on Saturday morning. After which I'd have to get in the car and drive back to South Carolina.
I still think that would be still a great trip. You don't have to be there the whole week. I mean, I was fortunate to be there from Sunday to I left the following Sunday. But any one of those days, if that's all I had, I would have been. Because it's the people. I mean, it's just people. When I go to a contest. People, there to compete. There is competition there at Brodax, but
absolutely,
people go to Brodax to have a good time.
Yeah,
it's a totally different attitude.
It's a fun fly contest.
It is a fun contest.
Fun flies.
Yeah, it's. I definitely would. I can't recommend it enough. It is no regrets, and just absolutely you can go. You meet some people you never met before. I met Joe Gilbert, and I'm so glad I met him. That guy is such a kick in the pants, and he had me in stitches. And he actually taught me some stuff too. He was talking. I'm always trying to pick people's brains, and I was asking him how to do reverse wing over and how to do this, how to do that, and what about the hourglass, and I got some golden nuggets from him, and that's just one individual. And then I picked other people's brains there too.
Maybe I could get my brother-in-law to be interested in flying me up there in his plane, and he's never seen anybody fly a control line before, but he likes airplanes, obviously.
And you know
got
what?
Cessna 182.
You know, one of the best introductions I ever had was when I met his Art Adamisky. I mean, that guy, I think he had his back to me. I'm walking up toward him, and I got his attention and we shook hands. And man, that guy made me feel so good the way he just greeted me. He was just the expression came over his face, and man, and I'm so glad that I got a chance to meet one of these greats. You know, I met Art Adamson, I met Jack Sheets, I met Sikorsky, I met. You know, so when these people start passing on, at least I would have met them. And there are others too that I met that are like, you know, kind of like their who's who in stunt, you know?
Yeah, that's great. It's a great experience. We got an echo going on. Somebody might have YouTube on in the background, but sometimes the Hangout just does that by itself.
So it's so good that when I do watch, oh, and that's actually when I was there, you know, I watch a lot of winter announcement videos. And so to actually meet Joe Adamusco and Dave Midgley and Jacobone. The only person I didn't see there, which I would have loved to see, would have been Wendy Wanowski.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like I met a lot of.
Yeah, I'd love to meet him.
Met a lot of iconic people. I mean, if a person can be iconic, met some people that
we can put them on pedestals sometimes. You know?
Yeah, I met Dan Banjock, which was, I mean, he's definitely he has more fun than it should be legal.
Yeah, I'm glad that group of guys comes down to Huntersville every year. They're fun.
Yeah, the Philly Flyers, those guys have some serious fun. And I saw something that I don't know if I even can give it justice, but when I saw Dan Banjock and Mike Palco, they were flying those Horizon PT-19s, you know, those big planes.
Yeah.
And they were flying the whole pattern in tandem. And there was a part toward the end where they were doing, I think Mike, I'm not sure who it was, but one of them was flying level at 5 feet. And then the other one did reverse wing overs and coming down right on top of the other plane and pulling out right above the other plane.
Wow. Yeah, I've seen some of Dan's.
They didn't do that once. I think they did it at least 3 times right in front of me. And I've never seen anything like that. And I probably will never see anything like that again.
Dan usually does that on Sunday after the contest, something like that. Flies a tandem with somebody.
Yeah.
Sometimes they match up better than others, but just depends on who's there.
But I've never seen anybody pull out right on top of another plane.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible. You'd worry a little bit about the air causing you to miscalculate, you know, with the wake of one plane, maybe causing the top one to come too low or something.
Yeah, that was absolutely worth the price of admission. That was unbelievable. That blew me away. You know.
Hey, did anyone see that video of that Chinese guy all dressed in white flying a plane at probably about 4.1 second lap times?
No.
Oh my God, it's insane.
Is this a new video?
He was at the Worlds. I know that. I can't remember his name. Wearing all white, black hair with red shoes. Kind of a tall Chinese-looking guy.
Yeah.
Sure he's Chinese? Sure he wasn't German?
It might be German. Yeah. Oh yeah. It might be German.
Yeah, I've seen that guy. That, you know what? When I first watched that video, I was actually flinching in my chair. You're thinking when he's going to pull out, you think he's going to plow right into the ground. It is pretty amazing.
Yeah, the way he squats down and does all this stuff. And yeah, it's like, how do you do that so quick, man? That's insane.
Yeah, I actually linked that to the forum one time, and Some people said, yeah, his pullouts are too low. He actually would get demerits in a contest for that. But that video definitely has the wow factor.
That must be when I saw it, because I know the video y'all are talking about now. And
Yeah,
that one I saw was a German guy.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive. I still find it very impressive. That's, you know, he definitely pulled out nice and flat and low, and that plane is booking.
Yeah.
Or as Dan.
I thought it was fake at first and sped up, but it ain't.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Guys, I'm getting a little tired, so I'm going to pull the plug. Have
Well,
yourself a great weekend.
It's 12 o'clock sharp right now. So, yeah, thanks for coming. We enjoyed it. Appreciate you helping me open the show. And we'll see.
Take care, Ron.
Yeah.
Take care.
Do something fun over the weekend.
Yeah, that's a pretty fantastic video. No doubt.
I guess we'll go ahead and wrap it up now.
All right.
It was a little slow tonight, but I'm glad y'all dropped in and had a little fun on a Friday night. Hope you have a good weekend. And all you guys over there on YouTube, I did a roll call. A few of them checked in. George Gonzalez said he's still out there. Minnesota Mike, all those guys. Jack, Ken Colbert, Rick Irvine, Jack Snavely. So,
oh, that's great.
Appreciate it.
Hey, did you, before you let us go, did you happen to hear anything from Steve Hines about Samantha or anything?
I got a text from him today, and he said they're doing great, having a good time, and apparently they stayed to watch all the fly-offs, and I'm pretty sure they were still in France today, so I'm not sure what their travel schedule is, but I told him I was looking forward to their report when they got back. It'd be nice to have some firsthand talk about it, because we don't have a lot to talk about here. Evidently, Sparky found a live feed, but I never saw it, and disappointingly enough, because I looked. But anyway,
I guess she had some electrical problem, and that's why she missed second round.
I don't know. I wonder too. We'll find out. But even missing a round, she came in mid-pack in the juniors and 63rd out of 80-something pilots. So that ain't bad considering everything, you know, considering she's a junior and it's the first time she's ever been there. I think that's fine. I think that's great. But y'all have a great weekend, and we'll be back Monday, same bat time, same bat channel. So fair winds, tight lines, and we'll see y'all later.
Good night.
All right.
All right. Good night. Stopping the broadcast.